For car buyers on a budget, but with a taste for the high life, there is only one luxury SUV, the Range Rover L322 of 2002 to 2012. It still looks the business, especially the TDV8 Westminster edition of 2012 with its illuminated tread plates, gloss black trim, and heated and cooled rear seats. It costs £70,000. Today, you can pick one up with 27,000 miles on the clock for £30,000 or with 100,000 miles for £16,000. This 2,600 kilograms Range Rover will consume diesel at the rate of 30 mpg, but when occasion demands, launch itself from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 7.5 seconds. If you've got some heavy towing to do or you just like arriving stirred but not shaken, it's the SUV of your dreams. Or nightmares. The thing is, an L322 is a complicated beast with ill-matched mechanicals. Without expert, preventative maintenance, they can fail expensively. For example, regardless of which engine it has, the L322 has an appetite for gearboxes. They're all automatics. The first, a 5-speed from launch to 2005, then a 6-speed, and from 2010 on diesel models only, an 8-speed. The ZF 5-speed and GM6 are by far the most troublesome and let go from around 85,000 miles. They're sealed for life units, but while that boast helped keep the lid on service costs in the vehicle's first 3 years, beyond that they do like fresh fluids and filters and should then be more reliable. Cars from launch to around 2006 were the subject of a technical service bulletin, TSB, to check and upgrade the front diff and drive shafts, which had been wearing out prematurely. Chances are the L322 you're interested in has had the work done, but check anyway. That was a technical bulletin, but the L322 was also the subject of numerous safety recalls, all listed on the DVSA's website. Again, most vehicles will have been rectified, but all the same, the list makes uncomfortable reading. Now back to the good news. The big headline is the L322's engines are far less troublesome. It was launched with a choice of BMW units, a 3-liter straight, 6-turbo diesel, and a 4.4-liter V8 petrol. In 2006, the diesel was replaced by a more powerful 3.6 diesel V8, badged the TDV8, and the petrol by a 4.4-liter V8, both Jaguar engines. At the same time, the supercharged 4.2 AJ-V8 from the Jaguar XK8 joined the lineup. If economy isn't your priority, this is the engine to have. Prices for a 2006 4.2 supercharged start at £6,000. In 2009, the 4.2 became a 5-liter, while the 3.6 TDV8 morphed into a 4.4 with smarter turbocharging and an 8-speed automatic gearbox. Trims range from well-equipped HSE to 10-star autobiography. There are hundreds of used L322s for sale, most of them diesels. Target not only those with full service history, but also proof of recall and TSB rectification and drivetrain and suspension refurbishment. Then enjoy the high life for low-ish money. An expert's view. Tony Hooper, workshop manager, Hereford, 4x4. I'm a former Land Rover master technician and have owned 16 Range Rovers. My favorite was an L322 3.6 TD. I bought it because the owner had spent £28,000 over 10 years having it serviced. I thought I couldn't go wrong, and I was right. It was a peach. The L322 is the best Range Rover. It's a proper one, a full-blown off-road vehicle, but with luxurious on-road manners. It's a bulky, solid thing where later ones feel plasticky. The best one was the Westminster. However, some of them would let rainwater in at the roof seams. It would run into the boot on the left-hand side and wreck the audio control system. If you're buying a Westminster, check there first. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next story. Now, let's get back to it. Engine. Beware whining turbos and injector misfires on the 3TD. The 3.6 TD can suffer turbo actuator issues. Check the water pump was replaced at the Campbell change. On the 4.2, listen for a rattle at idle from the supercharger. Inspect for exhaust wear and check the catalytic converter isn't breaking up. Cooling system. Check the coolant expansion tank. The 4.4 petrol suffers failed O-ring seals at the water jacket housing behind the engine, causing overheating and coolant leaks into the gearbox. Gearbox. Big trouble is possible. Warning signs are stubborn changes accompanied by dashboard lights. Disregarding the Sealed for Life sticker and regular fluid and filter changes will help. On early cars, check it was recalled for fitment of a CV joint on the front prop shaft. Suspension and brakes. Check the air suspension, scrolls the 3 height settings noiselessly, and that the bellows aren't leaking. Park the car and see if it sinks. Scrutinize workshop bills to see when the air compressor was checked or replaced. Listen for the front wishbones knocking under braking. Listen for the rear hub bushes clonking over bumps. Check brake disc and pad life. Body. Inspect the underside for off-road damage and the tailgate for rust and damage from people sitting on it. Interior. Test all the switches and buttons. Also worth knowing, have a technician run a diagnostic check on the one you're considering. Get it done before and after the test drive. Google the codes to find out what they mean. It's worth it. Some faults can be fixed, only to return later. How much to spend? 2,500 to 5,000 pounds for early 4.4 and 3 TDs to the first high mileage 3.6 TDs 2007 registration. 5,000 to 10,000 pounds for still early cars, but mileage is closer to 120,000. Many more 2007 to 3.6 TDs from around 8,000 pounds with around 100,000 miles. 10,000 to 15,000 pounds for 2008 on 3.6 TDs and the first 2010 4.4 TDs from 12,250 pounds. 15,000 to 20,000 pounds. The last 2010 registration 3.6 TDs plus the first 2009 registration 5 V8s. More 2011 to 2012 registration 4.4 TDs with 90,000 miles at 18,000 pounds. 20,000 to 30,000 pounds, a choice of 2012 Westminster 4.4 TDs. Range Rover 4.2 V8 Supercharged Vogue SE 2006, 106,000 miles, 6,000 pounds. Yes, it's the super thirsty one, around 13 mpg. But the Jaguar-sourced engine puts a serious spring in its step. Has full Land Rover service history and, crucially, a recently refurbished supercharger and gearbox. Thanks so much for riding along with me today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss the next video. Until then, take care and have a wonderful day.